Hi there, I'm Andy Hillier, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Superposition by Daniel Caesar. I think the guitar part might have been played by John Mayer as well. Nice little song. We've got quite a bit to get through, so let's get started. The intro little part sounds like this. Which is just D2 with the, doesn't matter what finger really, D2. I'm doing fingerstyle for this song. So D2, and then you play the E string twice, then back to the D2, then E, and then in the second bar it's just D2, E, D2, E. I think that line's pretty self-explanatory. Let's try it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Onto the verse, it sounds like this. Okay, so we're going to start off. When I played it, I put a low E in the first line of the verse. I put a low E on the first beat of each one. You can do that, or you could just play the melody. So we've got G4, G2, back to G4, to B2. So you got, and then goes back to G4 and then G2. So the first bar sounds like this. Onto the next bar, it goes G1, D2, G1, back to D2. So the first and the second bars go. So I put the low E on the beginning of each bar. You can either do that or just play the melody. Now the third bar of that line is exactly the same as the first bar. And then the fourth bar goes G1, G4, D2, back to G1. So it's so the whole of the first line of the verse sounds like this. Onto the next line of the verse, it starts on A4, then D4, and then another D4, back to D2 and G1. So the first two bars of that line go. See, there's a 4 in the bracket. You don't play the 4 in the bracket, and that's just holding the previous 4 on into the next bar. And then the next bar, bar 3 of that line, is just A4 and then D4, and then the last bar of that, you're holding down D4, D4, A4 and E5, and it goes. Okay. So the whole of that line goes. So let's play the whole of the verse one time, nice and slowly. Ready, and. Next line. Okay, and that that verse repeats twice. And then it goes to the bridge part, which sounds like this. And actually that line repeats 3 times. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our first finger on A4, second finger on B5, and third finger on D6. And we're playing the A and the B strings at the same time. And then I play the D string on its own. It does that twice. So first bar. It's going to go up to your first finger on 7, little finger on B7, B9, and third finger on A9, and you do the same idea. And then into the third bar, you just take all that down one string towards the floor. So your first finger's on D6, little finger on E9, third finger on G9, and goes. So bars 3 and 4 are the same. So let's play that bridge. Ready, and. And that repeats around 3 times. And then it goes to the part which is kind of like the chorus, which goes. Which starts off with the first finger on E3, third finger on G5, playing them at the same time. And then you want to play B3, B5, B7. You got another B7. We can hit an open D at the same time on that one, and then play E5. Oh, sorry, E3, E5, E7. So the first 2 bars of that chorus go. And then we get this chord shape, which is like a E major 9, which is your first finger on D6, second finger on A7, third finger on B7, and little finger on G8. Okay, and so you just hold that shape for those 2 bars, and then you've got to play. So that's how it sounds. It goes. Hopefully that makes sense for you. So if we put that together, we get. On to the next line. Starts the same. And then it does this like an E major 7 chord. So we've just got the first finger on E11, and then you do a diagonal line, second finger on B12, third finger on G13, little finger on D14. So I'm playing all those at the same time with an open E. And then I just alternate between the B and the E strings. And the last 2 bars repeat 3 times. Hopefully that chorus makes sense. So it just does those 2 lines. And then the rest of the song is just 2 chords. It's the E major 9 that we played before. It goes for 2 bars. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. And then another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. And then it just goes to an A chord. You could play a normal A chord if you want, or you can do the bar chord version, which is your first finger across the 5th fret, second finger on G6, third finger on A7, little finger on D7. And it just plays that for 2 bars, and then another one for 2 bars. So the whole of that verse goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, A, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that just repeats around. And you could obviously put a bit of rhythm into it as well to make it more interesting. Well, hopefully that's made sense for you. If you've liked this little lesson, if you could subscribe to my channel, which is Andy Hillier. If you could give me a like, if you could put some comments in the comment section as well, that would really help me out. Just say hi, or just let me know what you think of the video, or any requests, put them down there in the comments. Thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll hopefully see you next time.